Hey guys, what it is, it's Yo Girl Cadillac. I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before all fades to black. Yeah, hiss, ya girl Cadillac. Boy, am I tired. This officially is the end of my day off because it's after midnight. It's like 15 minutes after midnight. Um, I did enjoy my 2 days off. They always go so fast. You know, I work to live and I live to work. Yeah, I remember that song that work to live and I live to work. Work my fingers down to the wait, hold on. How'd it go, girl? This is the importance of practicing your verses. Girl, back in the day, I had everything on point because I used to practice. Hold on. Oh, I got it. Hold on. Work to live and I live to work. Work my fingers down. Girl, forget it. Forget it. I need to be practicing that verse and then I have for you. Work to live and I live to work. Hustle hard until it hurts. There it goes. Work my fingers down to the bone. And once I pay my bills, it ain't nothing to come home with. Once I pay my bills, it ain't nothing to come home with. Once I pay my bills, it ain't nothing to come home with. It's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, thank you for being, lenient with your girl. I ain't been practicing that verse like that. But back in the day when your girl used to get in that booth, I was serious. Like, I was so serious. Like, girl, it was only a matter of time before I was going to get discovered. And I was going to have that type of money, that lawyer type money, girl. And mans was going to be home. Like, girl, it was all happening in my head just like that, girl. But when I used to get up in that studios, no, it was one take. We doing that verse, we laying them ad libs, and we out. Out. But I done kind of let the little rapping thing pass because it has its own politics and such. And it wasn't bringing my man's no closer to being home. But I still love music. I still love to write music. Girl, wish she could sing, but I can't sing. So tried to rap. Some folks say I can't rap, but whatever. It's your girl Cadillac. I happen to think I can. And plenty of people, you know, thought that your girl was the hottest female rapper out Orlando. Good. Anyways, I don't even know where all that came from. I'm sleepy. I am so sleepy. I am literally already gone to bed. But yeah, so we coming off the tail end of my 2 days off. What did I even do yesterday? Uh oh yeah. It was Sunday. We went to have breakfast with my aunt. And then what did we do? What did we do? Ooh. Oh, we went to see Wakanda Forever. And it did take forever to see that movie. It took half the day to see that movie. First because the movie long. The movie is long. And also we missed like the first movie. And then when you moving that much of a group together, like when you moving my whole family together, girl, uh, we never make things on time. I shoot for a certain time, and that ain't even finna happen. It's hard to move that many people as a unit. Number one, because most of the unit depends on me. Like, girl, everybody need my help. So it's very hard. Okay, so first it's like, okay, I'm helping money basically tend with the baby because we got to pass the baby back and forth because baby be breaking our backs for real. Girl, my herniated discs with that baby. But that's my grandbaby, yes. So I will deal with the pain to hold my little bundle of joy, yes. But Money says she be hurting her back too, so we be passing the baby back and forth, and I'm trying to help her, do whatever she got to do. Juju just be all over the world and back, so I'm trying to keep track of him. Where the heck did Juju go? He was just right here. Oh, he was with you? No, he was with you, girl. It'd be too much. And then my sister, she's epileptic, so I literally, honestly, I don't care where we going. Even if I'm looking at this camera, girl, I'm looking at her out the side of my eye because she can have a seizure just like that at a drop of a dime. So I have to always be mindful where she is and what she's doing and how it, watching her mannerisms to make sure that she's acting as though, acting normally and not as though she's about to go into a seizure. So it'd be a lot. Um, it's hard to move as a unit like that. Then you got the boys fighting back and forth, little Juju and Isaiah. You know how boys fight all the time, so you're trying to separate them. It'd be too much, way too much. I should have did what I did for Nope. Y'all remember when I went to see Nope? I went to see it by myself. Girl, my little feelings was hurt when I went to see Nope. I just sat up in that movie. I cried through the whole first interest part of that movie. And then I watched the movie. Really before I seen Nope, girl. Okay. So you already know my visits with Marcello were terminated. Bogus situation, but the way the justice system works, it's kind of like screw you. You're nobody. It is not about what's right and what's wrong. It's about who's the bigger person than who, and bigger meaning who has more power. That's all it's about. It's a power struggle. That's all. The justice system, the prison system, all of it is just about power struggle. And if I have more power than you, it doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong, I'm right. If you have less power than me, it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. I'm right because you have less power. That's how the system really works. So they canceled our visits. They laughed at us, not knowing that was the only way for us to keep our family together. I know it already looks horrible that, oh, y'all think y'all a family through visitation. Girl, please, I got a real family at home. Like, that's what a family is. Wife and kids at home. But baby, we had to do what we had to do. Like, we still consider ourselves a family, even if you don't consider us a family. But so they were only by their rules supposed to cancel our visits for up to a year. So once I reapplied for visitation, I sent them pictures showing that, hey, I basically been visiting him. Me and Marcello both had the baby face. And then I had my daughter small and up under my arm, and it shows a timeline of her tall and standing alongside Marcello and me. And then the last picture shows me out of the picture because I'm out of the picture now. And our daughter, just as tall as Marcello, standing alongside him with our granddaughter. That shows just how much time has passed in our lives, how much time we have been struggling to stay together as a family. And it was like they were supposed to restore our visits. There is no reason to not restore the visit. There was no reason to cancel them. But it seems so ironic, right? So if a case really stood on the mitigating factors, like what really happened, how in the world? At that time, I had been visiting Marcello for 20 years. 20. That ain't no lightweight time to visit nobody. 20 years. I have been strip searched, which I have that story time. If I could find it, I could link that in the description box. That is a very humiliating thing to go through. I went through it to keep my family together, the family that you don't consider family, for me to be able to visit him. I had to allow you to violate me so that I could visit my husband. You don't have to be violated to be with your husband, but I do. I do. And I did it. Humiliated, but I did it, right? So, all that to say, I've been searched. I've been strip searched. I've been searched with the dogs. I've been all types of stuff. And never, ever has anything happened. You know why? Because I come to visitation to see my husband, to get our first one kiss, our one hug, and to see him buy some little stale visitation food, some little high package salt intake, so we can have some little old freezer burnt burritos and such and eat together as though we were a family, and then have one more hug before I leave those gates and leave my heart behind those gates. That was the only reason I came to visit. And then also so my daughter could see her father, like so they can keep a bond through this wrongful conviction. But there was no other reason. Though you want to classify me as someone that is coming for other reason, baby, that was my only alternate ulterior motive was to see my husband. That was it. So why I had no violations during visitation? Even when they were in one of the loosest facilities ever, where women's were going in the closet and getting pregnant, women's were doing every and anything, bringing whatever to their husbands. And I still didn't participate in any of the such because I was always only there to see my husband. And me and Marcello knew that a lot of those situations that those people had, they either were short timers, and if they lost their visitation privileges, didn't really matter because he's coming home the day after tomorrow, or this was just some random relationship they just met. It's just another. It's like a casual dating. Prisoners do casual date, girl. A lot of the prison wives are just casual date, a casual fly by night, because they do, go through. They just because they're locked up doesn't change who they are. You know what I mean? It does not change it. They're able and have access to just about the same things that they have on the street. So they can interchange with different women if they want to. They do. So a lot of those situations where they were indulging in those things were because the relationship wasn't as detrimental. If it got lost, then it got lost. If you lost your visitation, then what? But me and Marcello knew because he was locked up for so god darn long and had so much more longer to do, we couldn't take no chances with nothing. To lose visitation was to lose all family time together, right? So, but I still get punished. He still get punished. They took our visits. They laughed at us, told us to go head on about our business. Probably went home to lay down with their family, eat with their kids, and it hurts, but it was only supposed to be a year, right? So when I reapplied, they denied it. And they were acting like they were going to approve it. They were so amazed of how long we've been together. How did she stay by your side this long? You see that we are a real family and we're really trying to make it work under these horrible circumstances. They told me it was in the warden's hand. And Marcello thought that the warden was going to do the right thing. And I asked him, Marcello, why do you feel like he feels like there's a piece of good in everybody? And I told him that man he gonna do what they all do. Why are you study trying to find the good in them? You're trying to find the heart in them. They don't have a heart. It's sad to say, but they don't. So when I called and inquired, sorry, ma'am, your visitations are not restored. Thank you so much, sir. Goodbye. So I called on my lunch break because Marcello was, I haven't seen him in almost a year and a half. He's been wanting to see me for the longest. He's going through it, and I've been the only one visiting him. So imagine the only person coming to see you faithfully over 20 years is now no longer to see you. We may never see each other again. That's the honest truth, the cold, honest truth, because justice does not really exist. So, if it's not by miracle, we're not going to see each other again for a long, long, long time. And if we both live that long, we might, you know. Okay, so I called on my lunch, went to the bathroom, I cried. I cried, came out the bathroom, and I had to cry silently because I don't want nobody to know I'm crying. I don't want nobody, oh, you okay? No, unfortunately, ain't too much or nothing you can do for me. So just, you don't want nobody to know you're crying. Fixed my face, went back out and finished my shift. And I came home and I said that was the last time I was going to cry about the situation. So I let it go. So it is what it is. I will not see my husband again. Except for a miracle, right? But I went on, and because I had bought the Nope tickets the day before work, the day before, because I wanted to go see it because I kept missing it or whatever, I had to go. So I sat through the movie. I let out a few more tears, and that was it. But I enjoyed the movie more because I was by myself. It wasn't so much shifting and things going on. So I most likely am going to have to watch Wakanda one more time to get the full effect of it because it was just too much going off. And I'm so sorry for going off on that tangent, but I was just comparing the last movie that I seen by myself to going with my family, girl. So yeah, basically the movie took up most of the day yesterday. Then I got up this morning. I had to meet Money for her lunch break because Money's gonna be my mouthpiece. Girl, I have social anxiety. I can talk decent to you guys, right? I can talk decent to coworkers, to people I know. But when it comes to talking to strangers, and it's not just in the situation of advocating for Marcello, right? It's also when I was rapping, like it was hard for me to go and I could sit up there and rap and and wear these crazy hair pieces and be bold and this and that. But when it came down to talking to record execs and talking to record labels and management and DJs, it's something that takes over me, and I get so shaky and nervous that my words don't flow at all. So Money was saying that she was going to call this person that possibly, could help us. Um, I've heard a lot of no's. Girl, can you imagine? I've been fighting for my husband who was wrongfully convicted for 21 plus years, right? Can you imagine how many no's I've heard? I've been to everybody. NAACP, ACLU, Al Sharpton, Steve Harvey, Tom Joyner, Roland Martin. We can go to a whole bunch of other places. I went to the Innocence Project. I done took his story to, I done did everything with this man's story. I don't even know how else or who else to go to. Who to go to. I done been to lawyers. I done been to advocates. It's always been no, 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 no. We wish we could help, but no. We wish we could do this, but no. Like, how many no's have I heard over 21 years? Can we get our visitations back? No. How many no's? Can we get married? No, because I've been canceled for visitation. How many no's have I heard? Girl, if I could only count. So it becomes where you expect it. It almost feels like whatever you tell this person, it's going to go into this ear and it's going to come out to that ear. They are just going through the motions with you, telling you, all right, we'll get back to you. Like that same old thing. So it's hard to ever expect a yes, right? It's hard. It's very hard, girl. It's hard to keep your faith through this situation. But it's like I've come so far down this road. How could I go back and turn around at this point? I fought for him this long. I can't just turn back around. I don't know. But so it gets very hard for me to speak anymore. So Money's like, Mom, you crazy. I'm finna get me that number. Run me that number. I'ma call. Because I'm finna fight for my little daddy. Yeah, she fought for her little daddy. But yeah, so I met her so she could make the little calls or whatever. And then I'm like, so it gets awkward. Like, okay, so I didn't call last week because we knew we were expecting a hurricane. And I'm like, oh, if we were in a hurricane, if I'm in a hurricane, do I want to talk to somebody about their loved one who's been wrongfully convicted? No. So I said, I'll call next week. I don't like to talk to people on the weekend because I'm like, oh, you know what? If I was on my weekend and I always worked all week, would I want to talk to somebody about their loved one wrongfully convicted? No. So I'll be courteous and I'll call on Monday. So I called Monday. So now we ended up getting the answer machine. We didn't talk to the person. So now I'm like, we I guess we have to call back Money. How many days do we leave in between before we call back? Because I don't want to be a bugaboo, but I really want my husband home, girl. So I'm like, Money, so should we just wait like 2 more days or something like that? Or, girl, it's hard. I really wish I had that talking ability, that speaking ability. But unfortunately, that's not my gift. I know my gifts. My gifts are through art. That's why I've always allowed my art to speak for me. And it's very hard for me to speak for myself. Anyways, girl, I think I'm about to go on to bed. Yeah. All right. So I'll see you in the morning. New work week. Hopefully it goes decent. I'm still having numbness. Like I've been having numbness in my hands for, I don't know, I would probably say the whole last week, right? And I went to my chiropractor appointment, but I still had the numbness afterward. So it gets scary because you already don't feel great. Like every time I wake up, because I do have carpal tunnel. So every time this week that I have went to sleep and woke up, I wake up with my hands all numb and like basically going to bed. So they've been like basically hurting me all week. If I'm doing anything, if I'm drawing, I had to stop, shake my hands out. Even now, my hands are still freezing up. And to know that your hands are acting up. I don't know if this is the weather that's making my hands like this because I got arthritis too. Or is it something that I'm doing that's just freaking aggravating my hands? I don't know. But it's it's scary because it's like I know I can't keep manually working because these hands just ain't working like they supposed to, girl. But I know I have to go. Like if I don't work this week, how do I pay my rent in a couple of weeks from now? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just at this point, like as you get older, you realize you only can worry about today. So today, I have my apartment. I'm not homeless today. I'm not in need of food or anything, I guess. So I just have to stay in today. I work today and I got a check to keep me through this day. Basically, I can't look too far in the future because the future is very scary because I don't know how I'm gonna keep going this way. And I'm just making it one day at a time, I guess. I really do understand that song now. One day at a time, sweet Jesus. Yes. That's all I'm asking. Girl. Mm. All right, guys. I'm about to go on to bed. I'm tired. Hiss your girl Cadillac.